Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just joining us, you are welcome, and to all my returning subscribers, you are welcome as well. So today we'll be learning how to make this gathered turban, and with this beautiful rose you are seeing on top. This rose is very beautiful. I know this is something you are interested in. Kindly keep on watching. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and you share for more. And you don't want to forward or miss this tutorial. Kindly make sure you watch to the end to watch how you can perfectly make this. Let's get started. So for our rules, I already made the turban. Here is our gathered turban. There is a tutorial on my YouTube channel on how to make this. So I'll put the link in the description box below. So I have made this. So we put this aside. This is the turban we'll be putting on the rose. So for our rose, this is the fabric we'll be using for our rose, and also this one. Let me put this aside now. Let's measure the fabric first. The width of the fabric is it depends on how wide you want it to be, but here I use 18 inches for the width of this one, and the length is 60. That is the length of 1 yard. I use 1 yard for this style. So the length of this fabric for the rose is 60 inches, which is the length of the fabric. If you want your rose to be bigger, you can use 1.5 inch. You can use 1.5 inch, which will give you about 75 or 78, depending on how big you want your rose to be. The length determines how big it is, the length of the fabric you use. So this is not even up to 60, it's 59. This is the length of the 1 yard that I bought. So the length is 59 or 60, depending on the length that your fabric comes in, while the width is 18 inches. So now this one, unfold, I have 4.5 by 4.5. I'm going to trim it off because I want to use 4.5 by 4.5. So now we have 4.5 by 4.5. You can see 4.5 by 4.5. So here I'm going to fold it like this and fold it this way also, just to locate the middle. Just to locate the middle part, because you are going to use this to make the circle. This is the middle part now. So I'll take mine. So we are going to draw the mark straight. You can see I draw it straight and I did that just because I wanted to locate the middle part, which is this one. We are creating a circle. So I will mark from the circle here. I'll mark it like this. You know, this 4 corner, you can just gather. You can use your free hand. It's not a must, you understand? I'm just trying to create a circle. You use your free hand, or if you have any material, any object around, like a cover or something here, like a cover, you can just put the cover and trace through the round cover. But there is no cover around now, so I have to use my free hand to just create circle around it. So now you can see. So I will now go and sew around this circle. But when I want to sew, I will not sew exactly on this circle. I will leave like half an inch inward. So I will sew around it like this. Well, I will not sew on this circle. I will leave half an inch. So I will not sew around inside. Because this is where we are going to place our rose. This will serve at the base of our rose. So we'll set this aside. So now this is our rose. Let me trim up this air part. I don't always like this air part on my fabric, so let me trim it off. You can also trim yours off too, because I don't know, it usually make work rough, so it's better to just trim it off. It's of no use anyway. So I'll take this to my sewing machine now. Take it to my sewing machine, the right side facing each other. Then I'll put it like this. You can see that I slant. This is the fabric, this is it. So instead of me joining it straight, like the way we usually do, sewing it straight, I will slant it like this. Like this. I'm going to slant it this way. You can see the way I slant it. So after slanting, then I'll continue sewing like that. With the way it's slanted, I'll continue sewing it till I get to the other part, till I get to the end. I will slant everything till I get to the end part too. So when I get to the end part too, instead of closing it straight, I can also decide to slant this too or close the string. So we're going to do the remaining one on our sewing machine so that you see what I'm talking about. So you can see I have sewed it, but I did not sew on the mark that I drew. I sew inside, so ½ inch inward. That is where I sewed. So this we add at the base for our row, because this is where we put in our row. So we'll set this aside now. Then we'll start working. On our rose. So this is our rose fabric. Like I said earlier, instead of sewing it straight like this, no, I won't sew it straight like this. So I will slant my hand this way. You slant it like this. So now I will start my sewing from this slant. I will sew it straight, and I will continue joining everything together. You can see I've sewed the slant part, so now I'll start arranging it like this to make sure everything, the mouth meets each other. It might be trying to act funny, but don't worry, that's the rose effect you are looking for. So now I finished sewing, so I'm going to trim off this and trim it off. Same thing as the upper part, so I'll trim this off. So after that is done, we place it aside. Then we'll take this circle. We are going to trim it. We are going to trim off the excess and give it a round circle. I'm following through the mark, not where I joined it, not where I sew. I'm following through the mark. You know, I said you leave ½ inch inward before you sew your circle. So it's that mark that I drew that I'm casting across, not the place that I sew. I still leave that ½ inch. I still leave that ½ inch before it gets to the sewing part. Because this is where you are going to sew it now. So you can actually now start by sewing from here and be pleating it on it, pleating it on it, pleating it on it, and sewing it round. You can do that. That one is one method. Or if you don't want to put it on this type of, on this like this background, on this base, you can just take your needle and thread and start gathering from here to the other end, and you create your normal rows. It will give another effect, but it's still okay, it's still beautiful. You can try any method, but this one I'm going to pleat it first before sewing it on the base. Because that pleating first will make it a lot easier than you pleating it on the base. So I'm just going to pleat like this. Is it, I have finished pleating it. So after I finished pleating, you know, the length before was 59. That's the length of my fabric. So after I finished pleating, I'm having like 39 inches. But this is much easier than for me pleating and sewing. You understand? So now we are going to start sewing on this, our base. So we start sewing it round, anti-clockwise. You sew it round. So let's start sewing. So this half I need to be out, so we start sewing on this round part that we create. So I'll start from here. I'll start from anywhere. So now I'll just be sewing round. It will be much easier than for me sewing and pleating. That one won't be easier, but this will actually make it a bit much easier. Remember, we are sewing in a circle manner, in a circle form. No need of pleating because I've already pleated it. So just continue sewing round, anti-clockwise. First part. See, this part is not so. You see the first part? No, I think this is the second part. I did not sew. So as you are sewing, be watching, so that you don't sew to the end before you now discover that this thing is not sewing now. So at least I'm still here. It's still this first part that did not sew. No voila. I'm going to continue. Oh, my thread has finished. You see, my thread has finished. So let me view my thread off camera. Then as I've explained, you can see that I start. You can see this is the beginning that I start round. So I started it round. So I'll start it again till I get to this middle part. So after I finish creating it, I'll come and show you. So here is it though. Here is our rose. I won't lie, this rose is very, very hard. You see, I have to loosen it. Notice the small one I created before. I have to loosen it and create another bigger base for it, because this base was too small to accommodate the length of the rose. So I have to loosen it and cut another bigger rose for it. So what can I did? I'm coming. Let me trim off this excess from the base. So lest I forget, I'll be having a 1 year mentorship edware group. 1 year mentorship edware group, which the normal price is 15,000 naira, but early payment has started. People have started paying. The people on my WhatsApp group, if you're on my WhatsApp group, you know what I'm talking about. So people have started paying for the class. So it's for 1 year, from January 2025 to December 2025, and the normal price is 15,000 naira, but early payment is going out from now till 31st of December, which is 10,000 naira. In that class, I'll be teaching you in-depth of tutorials, which consists of turbans, fascinators, zara cap, and some beadings. You know, there are lots of turban designers that require beadings. I'll be teaching you all that in that class for a year. I'll be posting new style every month. You know, as new style of turban emerge, I'll be posting the tutorial on that group. It's a Telegram group, so if you are anywhere in the world, you can actually join. And it's 15,000 naira for the normal payment, but if you pay from now to 31st of December, you have a chance of paying 10,000 naira. So I'll put the link to my WhatsApp group on the description box. You can just click there and join. Once you make the payment, you'll be added to the Telegram group. Posting is supposed to start January 2025, but because of my early if you pay, if you're among the early people that pay, next week Monday I'll post a tutorial. I'll put the picture of the tutorial that I'm going to post there, just for the early birds. So if you join later, you can also watch it, but just for the early bird, for you to play that for Christmas. So what I did concerning this one is I take another bigger fabric. So I measured 3 inches round it. Like now this is 3 inches. So I was not measuring 3 inches as in round it to form that circle. Then I sew it the way I sewed this first one. That is what gave me this circle. You can see that I was trimming up the other time. I did not exhaust that 3 inches that I used. So you can do 2.5 inches. That one, stop it. You can do 2.5 inches. So that one too will be enough to go around this fabric. So now our rose is ready. You can see, very beautiful, very full. You can see this 60 inches is okay. I do not advise anybody to go higher than this 60 inches, but if you go higher, it will be too big. This is actually okay. So now the next thing we have to do is to put it on our base with our sewing machine. So you open the inside where you sew it from the inside like this. You just sew it round, or you can actually use your glue gun to put glue here and you gum it here. But I'll be using my needle and thread to tack it on. So after tacking it on, I'll go and wear it on my mannequin so that I will see the finished work of the rose we have been creating since the morning. So here is the finished look of the rose. Can you see how beautiful it is? Can you see how beautiful? And see our turban cap. Like I said, there is a detailed tutorial on how to make this turban on my YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description box. See how beautiful the rose is. See, so beautiful. So if you have watched to this point, kindly give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to join the 1-year Edware group. That class promises to be very, very massive and valued pack. You'll be glad you did. There is a lot I'll be teaching on that class, and you don't want to miss it. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye.